Gonzaga Nation SI. I'm your host, Dale, with our weekly Connect with the Kennel Club, one of the best student sections in all of college basketball. Today, we're with Freshman Rep Silje Squires, who is originally from Southern California, trying her hand at the cold weather here in Spokane. So, Silje, thank you for joining.
Yes, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I'm always curious about Gonzaga students who are part of the Kennel Club. What brought them to Spokane and GU? And then did the Kennel Club have any influence in your decision?
It absolutely did. Yeah. I've been to Spokane like a bunch because my grandparents lived here for a long time. So my family would always come up here. But all we would do would be like go to like the general store and like Zips like drive in. And so I was just like, Spokane doesn't have much. But then I like found out about Gonzaga and it seemed really cool. And then like we would drive up for like to visit my family and we did like these driving tours. And one time like we would like sprint into whatever buildings we could get into, like what was unlocked or what isn't. And the gym was unlocked. So I went in there and there's like this interactive TV and like in it, like you could like watch these different videos that explain like different aspects of like Gonzaga. And one of the videos was explaining Tent City. It just showed these clips of like all the students sprinting across campus and then everybody tenting out in like snow and then clips of like the student section like in the gym after that. And that kind of locked me in. Like I thought it was so cool and I was just so amped because it just seemed so cool. And I had like out of all the other schools I was visiting, like there were student sections and like people would show up to sports games, but like nobody was like going crazy for it. So I thought that was really cool that there's like a whole event where people will sleep out the night before, like and that kind of solidified Gonzaga for me. That made me think like Spokane was way cooler than it had ever been before.
That's awesome to hear. So the general store as well as Zips gets a shout out on Gonzaga Nation SI. That's tremendous. So let me ask you this. You get a chance to kind of see the videos of Tent City and that kind of drew you to being a part. Has the Kennel Club and Gonzaga lived up to all of your hopes and expectations?
Yeah. I like part of me, like right after I saw that video, I was like, oh no, like that's so cool, but will I be able to have that like with COVID and all that? Because like that was like the start of my senior year. So and like that wasn't like I was completely online for that. And so it's like blown me out of the water. I've been able to go to every single like basketball game this year, like at home and it's been so fun and everybody is there and like it's so loud. After the first like we have craziness in the kennel, which is kind of like it's like the basketball team scrimmages each other. And that's just kind of like to get you like warmed up for the season, I guess. And after that, I remember it was like it was barely halftime and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. And we get to do that again for like the second half. I was losing my mind. I was like, how am I going to be prepared for this? It's like every single game. Like, so it like blew me out of the water almost. Like it was way more fun than I like expected. And the energy level was like higher than I like could have anticipated.
That's awesome to hear the energy and excitement that not only yourself, but the Kennel Club brings to the McCarthy Athletic Center. You mentioned, we mentioned that you're the freshman rep. How did you come to be involved with the Kennel Club in that role early on? Because the more conversation I've had with Kennel Club members, the more I've learned just how kind of entrenched the Kennel Club is in all parts of the university.
Yeah, and I realized that when I applied. Like there was like during orientation week, we like got to the Kennel Club and they like showed us like the little like they showed us Zombie Nation, the whole like freshman class. Not awesome. Like I had like chills after that. I was like, that was so cool. When they finished when said like, oh, we're looking for a freshman rep, like one of you. And I was like, oh, obviously I'm gonna apply for that just so like I can like meet them basically. Like I didn't think I was like, no way out of everybody am I gonna get this kind of thing. But I like really wanted to put my name like out there and like trying to like show myself to the kennel board. And then I got it and I was very shocked, but so excited. And then it just like, I didn't realize like how much extra stuff there is. Like, I was like, cool, we get to show up to the games and like, just like lead everybody. But like the president, she works with every single person on campus, I swear. Like she knows everybody and she works really, really hard. And I have like the lighter end of it where like, there's not a ton that I do in my job, but recently they've let me like shadow other positions on the board. So I've gotten to know like what our tent city coordinator was doing, and I got to like help him out with his job a little bit more. And I like still am like in shock about like how involved on campus like the whole board is, because it's not only us showing up for basketball games, but like we went to all the soccer games and volleyball games, and like, and that's just like the little part of it where we get to show our hype for everybody while also like working with like planning events and like working with like administration and athletics. Like there's a lot to it.
Well, it sounds like you're enjoying your freshman year at Gonzaga as part of the Kennel Club and being a freshman rep. Before I let you go, give me your favorite game. Was it maybe the craziness in the kennel? Was it Texas? Was it senior night? Give us your favorite experience so far this season.
I think it might have been Texas. I think Texas might, yeah, because that was after our first tent city, and it was like a huge game because Gonzaga doesn't usually play like such a like in our like division, we like don't usually play like big names like that, and like so it was really cool that we got to like prove that like we're as good as we like say we are, and like as like we like earn this title of like one of the best basketball teams in the nation, and like and everybody was there to have a blast. There was like the week before people were like putting signs in their dorm windows like horns down, Zag up, like and everybody kept saying that all game and like all week. The city was super fun. It was super cool to like have that first experience, and it's been so long for everybody who's been on campus for the last like 3 years. Like it's been a while since they've had a tent city, and then all the freshmen were super cool, pumped up for it too. Like so it was really fun, and the energy level was so high. And that was still early on in the season. That was like before the real season even started. So like it was really cool to like have the energy that high for like a game that was that like big.
Awesome. Well, Silje, thanks for joining. Appreciate being a part of our Gonzaga Nation SI coverage. And one last thing, go Zags.
Go Zags. Thank you. Thank you for having me.